Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome you all to Tuesday Leadership Tips with Lita. I'm excited. I hope that you've had an amazing day so far. I am so ready for our time together today. Again, this is Tuesday Leadership Tips with Lita. I am Lita. Let's jump into it. First of all, I want to welcome you on YouTube, welcome on IG, welcome on TikTok. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited for today's time and for today's topic. I'm excited for it because we're going from what we talked about last time we were together to moving into mastery. So today's leadership tip is this: sustain your focus and multiply your movement. Sustain your focus and multiply your movement. Last time we got focused. Last time we got functional. Last time we got forward moving. But the real question is, can we sustain it? Can we sustain what we started last time we were together? And because starting strong is common, it's uncommon for us to stay strong in order to go from momentum to mastery. It's common, y'all. Let's just look at this year for an example. Many of us started out with goals that we want to accomplish this year, whether it is in our business, in our personal lives, even with our fitness. We have goals that we would like to reach, and starting strong is common. But I present to you today that staying strong, that's leadership. Staying strong is leadership. And during this time that we share together today, I want to help us protect our momentum. We want to strengthen our discipline. We got to have it. We want to avoid sliding back into distractions. And we want to turn our movement into mastery. Let's jump into it. So, as we are thinking about, we're focused, we're functional, we're moving forward. Momentum feels real good, y'all. It feels really, really good, but we've got to manage it. Focus is powerful, but we've got to protect it. Forward movement is exciting. It's very exciting, but can we sustain it when things stop being new? Just think about the last new thing you got, whether it was a new whatever, new piece of jewelry, a new clothing item, a new car, a new home, whatever it is that was new. After a while, when it stops being new, you don't pay so much attention to it as you do when you get it in the beginning. So as we are moving forward, it's very exciting, but we got to be able to sustain it even when it's no longer new, even when it doesn't look like we're getting the support we need, even if people don't agree with where we're going. We've got to learn to move forward and sustain it. So, in order for us to go from movement to mastery, we're going to have to do some things that we're going to talk about today. And some of those things that we'll have to do are very critical to going from that momentum to that mastery. So, question I have for you: have you ever made progress and then slowly drifted back? If I had to raise my hands, I'll raise both of them. I have made progress in many things, and in some of them slowly drifted back. Doesn't mean that I stopped, but I didn't sustain that momentum. So if you have, identify what usually pulls you off track. And I'm saying what usually pulls you off track because that's usually what happens. It's not normally something new. It's something that keeps coming around, that keeps coming back. That same thing keeps pulling you off track. And let's be honest, that the momentum of doing something is easy to start, but it's the discipline that keeps it alive. It's the discipline, not from motivation from the outside. It's the discipline that we have on the inside. So as leaders, we got to be disciplined enough to keep alive what we start. So if you're going to go from momentum to mastery, you're going to need to protect your focus. You're going to need to upgrade some functions and some systems where it's needed. You're going to need to accelerate your movement, and that takes strategy. So let's talk about protecting that focus. Let's talk about it, because listen, focused leaders don't just gain clarity, we guard it. And so what steals your focus? You have to identify that. What is it? Is it notifications? Is it disappointment because things didn't go the way you planned? Is it overcommitment? Is it emotional distractions? Is it from the outside, other people making their emergency a priority for you? So the truth of the matter is this: if we don't identify what steals our focus, it will keep stealing our focus. And if you don't defend your focus, that distraction will be your focus. So identify that right now. If you have a focus thief, if you will, that's stealing your focus every time, identify that. What is it? And the reason I want you to identify it is not so you can tell me what it is, but so you can be honest with you. Because sometimes we have focus thieves that we don't talk about or we don't tell folks about, but we know that this thing, that TV show, that thing, whatever it is, we know we have that thing that steals our focus every time. And so identify that. If you need to write it down, write it down. If you need to just admit it to yourself, but you got to identify it. The reason you need to identify it is because you need to figure out how to block it. You got to figure out how to delegate it. If it's something that you've been doing that you need to delegate, you got to figure out how to delete it. If it's something that needs to go, and if it's something that just needs a schedule around, then you have to figure out how to schedule around that thing. This is so important, leaders. Protecting your focus is so important because focus is a leadership boundary that has to be in place. If you don't have a boundary for focus, it's like you just have floodgates where anything can just come in and take your focus. So you have to have that boundary in place. So protect that focus. Whatever your biggest thief is of your focus, identify it and figure out what you need to do with it. Now let's talk about upgrading functions. The thing about being a functional leader is it's not static. It evolves. So the more you elevate, so does the systems and the functions that you have in place, they may need to be upgraded as well. So if your systems are not growing with you, then they need an upgrade. If you are still leading like you did 2 levels ago, there needs to be an upgrade somewhere. You're going to have to upgrade that function, upgrade that system, because growth requires updated systems. Growth requires clearer roles. Growth requires sharper communication. Growth also requires better delegation. So if your systems don't grow with you, they will slow you down. They will slow you down. So it's important that you check your systems, check what you're using, check how functional your systems are as you elevate, as you evolve. Is it growing with you? Are they growing with you? You may need an upgrade. So identify one system that feels outdated. That system could be simply how you start your day. If you start your day a little later and you need to start getting up earlier, upgrade. Get up earlier and do what you need to do so that as you are functioning as a leader and evolving, elevating, even expanding, that your systems and your functions also are upgraded. So identify what needs refining, identify what needs replacing. I know sometimes we like to keep the old stuff, and sometimes we like to keep that stuff because it's better than having to figure out how to get something new. But if you, as a leader, are going from momentum to mastery, upgrade is in order. Upgrade is in order, whether it is your personal functioning, your business functioning, or whatever it is that you have to perform in, it may need an upgrade. Upgrade those systems. You'll be glad you did, because when you upgrade your systems as you yourself are elevating, it will make things easier on you. It'll make it easier on your team. It'll make it the functioning of your business, of your life better. So now, as you are identifying those things that need refinement, those things that need replacement, just remember that forward moving leaders upgrade what no longer fits. If it doesn't fit, I'm not going to say what the movie said, but y'all know where I was going with that. So if it doesn't fit, then it needs to go. It needs an upgrade. Now let's talk about accelerating this movement, which is where we want. We want to accelerate our movement if we're going to ever get to mastery. As leaders, we don't wait for motivation. Don't wait on motivation to want to accelerate. I know that when we are motivated, we like to move when we are motivated. But if we're forward moving leaders, we're game changers. We are not waiting for motivation because motivation may never come. We build a rhythm. We build a rhythm of how we move, how we operate, what systems we use, how we go from A to B to C, how we do things. We build a rhythm, kind of like dancing. We build a rhythm around how we want things to move. If we want to move in an accelerated rate, we've got to build a rhythm that goes with the acceleration that we want. So, as that momentum compounds, you got to track your progress. You will never know you made movement if you don't track your progress. or you won't be clear about the movement that was made or the progress that was made because you didn't track your progress. Anytime you're making major moves going from momentum to mastery, you got to track your progress. And am I saying that you personally need to track it? Sometimes you can have somebody track it for you, but it needs to be tracked. And as you go forward, don't forget to celebrate the small wins. Don't just leap over them or move past them because you're going towards a bigger win. It's something about celebrating the small wins that helps you gain what momentum you have and accelerate more because you see and acknowledge and celebrate the small wins along the way. Stay consistent. We talked about this many times before. Consistency wins. Stay consistent as the momentum compounds. Stay consistent. And if you can, evaluate weekly. Evaluate how the new system upgrades are going. Evaluate how your consistency is going, how the team is doing with the momentum, with the movement, with the acceleration. Movement creates that clarity, but consistency creates confidence. As your team members, even if it's you alone, as you are consistent, you become more confident. So identify, as you're talking about acceleration, one action that you haven't taken yet. One action that would instantly accelerate your momentum. Identify that right now. Identify whatever it is. It could be something you put off, something you hesitated on, but there has to be something, at least one action that would instantly accelerate your movement, your momentum. I want to encourage you. If that action is to send an email, send it. If that action is to make a call, make a call. Don't be afraid to ask. People can only say no or yes, but make the call. If you need to set a boundary, set the boundary. That boundary in place that you need when you set it, that could be the very thing that causes you to accelerate in the rate that you really want to be moving. If it's an idea that you're not sure you want to launch yet, launch the idea. If that's going to be the one action that accelerates your momentum, take the action, launch the idea. This is one thing that I know, that moving forward and forward moving leaders, it takes courage. Oh my. It takes courage to do something that people don't think you can do. It takes courage to do something that you don't even necessarily know if you can do it. It takes courage to boldly step out in something that's never been done before. It takes courage, y'all. So if you are a leader of purpose and forward movement, and you're ready to go from momentum to mastery, it's going to take courage. I heard somebody say it takes courage to be great. It takes courage because sometimes people don't see what you see. People can't handle what you bring. They can't, some of them can't even hardly stand how you come so boldly, how you've come so far. Some of them can't even believe it. But in order to be that leader who goes from a focused leader to a functional leader to a forward moving leader who's going from momentum to mastery, it's going to take courage. That means you can't stop and pause and second guess your next move because you don't know who will agree or who will validate or who will even support what you want to do next. Send the email, make the call, set the boundary, launch the idea. Be bold and courageous in the thing that you know that you have been equipped to do. Do the thing. This is what I know, that if you do it and it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you won't have to look back and say, I woulda, coulda, shoulda. You look back and say, I did the thing. I did it. People didn't agree with me. I did it. People didn't like it. I did it. People didn't support it. I did it. People didn't validate me. I did it. People didn't encourage me, but I did the thing. So if you're going to go from momentum to mastery, you're going to have to be bold. You're going to have to be very courageous. And you're going to have to do it even if inside you feel a little bit hesitant. You may be even a little bit afraid, but do it afraid. Do it afraid. This is good to me. I'm helping myself today. I hope I'm helping somebody out there. Listen, do it afraid. And I want to challenge you this week. This is only Tuesday, y'all. I want to challenge you this week. Identify one distraction that you're going to eliminate. Just one. One distraction. Identify it and eliminate it. And see how that causes your momentum to accelerate. That's the first thing I want you to do. Identify one distraction and eliminate it. The second thing I want you to do is identify one system that you're going to upgrade. One system. Whatever has been a function in your business, in your life, in whatever it is that you are doing, even if you stay at home, identify one system that needs an upgrade and upgrade it. And the third and last thing I want to challenge you to do is to identify and take one bold action. One bold action. One thing that's going to cause you to accelerate. One bold action. So, one distraction to eliminate. That's the first thing. One system to upgrade. That's the second thing. And then finally, identify one bold move that you're going to make and that you're going to take this week. I want to see some game changers doing their thing in your lane, bold about it, courageous about it. I want to see you accelerate. I want to see you move forward like you never knew you could. But it's going to take you removing the distractions, upgrading the systems, and making the moves. So I want to leave y'all with this closing thought today. And as you are making your moves, as you're identifying your distractions, I always encourage you, if you want to, share it in the comments. Those of you who are on TikTok, you can share your comments on my IG page or on my YouTube channel. But share the one distraction you're going to eliminate. Share the one system you're going to upgrade. And share the one bold move that you're going to take this week. It's only Tuesday. Identify it and let's do it. Because You're not called just to start strong and fade quietly. That's not why you're here, leaders. We don't just sit back and hope things happen. Leaders move forward and make some things happen. You're not called just to start strong and fade away in the quietness of the night. You are called to build momentum that matures into mastery. Remember this: focused leaders guard their clarity. Functional leaders upgrade their systems. It's got to grow with you. Forward moving leaders don't drift. We don't drift when we're moving forward. We decide and make a move. So don't just start well, y'all. I know this year is still early. It's February. We're coming to the last week of February. I know that this year is still fresh and new somewhat. But stay sharp, stay structured, and stay moving. Track your progress. It's going to help you identify and celebrate how you're moving forward. Great things don't normally happen overnight. That's the exception, not the rule. Great things normally take time, but we got to spend that time well. We've got to move in when the things that we know we need to move in. We got to sustain what we have begun, and we got to upgrade what needs to be upgraded and remove what needs to go. So let's go from momentum to mastery, y'all. You are the focused leaders. You are the functional leaders. You are the forward moving leaders who are going from momentum to mastery. You're the game changers. Let's go. And until the next time, remember, stay sharp, stay present, stay consistent, and stay disciplined. Share this with another leader who needs this conversation. Share this with them and remind them Tuesday Leadership Tips with Lita is happening the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. So until next time, don't forget this week what you need to do. Those 3 things. Drop them in the comments. Hashtag Lead with Lita. All right, y'all. We'll check the chat real quick. All right, y'all. Have an amazing remaining of your Tuesday. Until the next time, Tuesday Leadership Tips with Lita. We're out. Peace, y'all.